Hello everybody, it is Michael from Replica Airguns. We're doing a bit of a preview unboxing video. I have some bullpup airsoft guns. These are AEG Airsoft Rifles, and the three that I have today are all bullpup. We're going to take a look at them one at a time. I'm going to kind of take them out of their box, go over some of the specs and whatnot. Not going to be any shooting, obviously. It's just sort of a preview. It's wintertime right now. You know, I could probably do some tabletop video reviews for these guys, but what I think I'm going to do is just sort of do a combined abbreviated review for each one. So it'll be you know, a little short tabletop followed by really quick shooting, just sort of almost like testing it out. It's wintertime, so it's really cold outside. I want to limit my exposure to the outside environments. At least they're AEG, so like FPS won't be affected too much, but the cold will affect me. And I really just don't want to be out there. I mean, it's been snowy here in BC. We're living basically in BC, Canada. Normally we don't get this much cold weather and snow, but it's just been sticking around. Usually we'll get like snow for a day and it just gets washed away by the rain the next day. But we've just been having a month of cold, and the snow has actually been sticking around. So it's not fun out there right now. So let's get to the first gun here. This is an ASG. And this is the Steyr Aug A3 MP multi-purpose, and it's the Steyr man. I'm gonna butcher this, and everyone's gonna give me hell, but that's okay. Mannlicher. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. It's the Pro Line series. So we're looking at a 300 round high kappa magazine, which is included. Now it says it has the barrel extension tube included. We'll take a look for that. Multi-angle rail system. So the rails. And velocity of 120 meters per second or 390 FPS. So we'll try and get this out of the box. It's not your typical pop-up lid, so I have to kind of shake it out. I don't know if I missed anything on the box here. Excuse the cough. I've got a cold that's pretty brutal. So materials are, you know, what is it here? Velocity. I think we've got pretty much everything. It says the materials are nylon metal, of course, 1.4 joule. Overall length is 775 millimeters, and it's 30 grams, so almost 4 kilograms. Not exactly sure what that converts to in pounds, but it's pretty easy nowadays. Just Google it, you'll figure it out. Okay, real quickly, let's take a look here at the manual. And I will show you the gun close up, of course, in a second, or as close as I can kind of get. All right, what do we have? You know, what knots to do, it's pretty basic stuff, right? I mean, the tabletop video will show you, but basically how to put the battery in, how to load the ammo, what the switches do in terms of, now interestingly enough, with firing this, you pull the trigger in halfway for semi-auto and then you pull it all the way back for full auto. Okay, so that's kind of unique. All right, and of course how to adjust hop up, all the basic stuff you're used to. All right. Okay, barrel extension. Not even sure what that is because I don't see any other parts to this gun in terms of a barrel extension, unless, I guess maybe they mean this. Maybe this part here is the barrel extension. I don't know. It's actually, the barrel does come right out to the end, so maybe that's what they mean, is this piece extends it. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to follow that up. Now, okay, let's get the box out of the way. You do have this guy for cleaning the barrel and probably removing any stuck BBs. These guns this is definitely a pretty heavy gun at almost 4 kilograms. You will need some sort of a sighting system. As you can see, it's just got the rail right on the top, so you're gonna need some sort of a red dot or iron sights to put on there, but there's all kinds of access points all over this gun, right? You know, you got all kinds of rails, multi-angle top, sides, angles here, left side, right side, you know, all over the place, right? Pretty cool. Your ejection port does kind of open up there a little bit, right? Let's take a look. I don't know what this does. I was looking at this earlier. If anyone knows what this does, please tell me. I don't know. Very different. But this button here is going to be for your, basically, safety. Okay, that's your safety. And again, when you pull the trigger, part way, it's semi-auto. When you pull it all the way back, it's full auto. Of course, we need to put a battery in it and whatnot. Now this one here, this little guy here allows you to disassemble and literally take the gun apart, okay? Which I don't want to do right now, but you can take all the forward part and remove it from the stock. We have, you know, we've got some harness rig ups here on front and back, right, for your sling harnesses. Okay, it's, again, a nice weighty gun. What's unique about the bullpup system is the mags go in the back, right? They go behind your pistol grip and behind your whole trigger assembly, so the mechanics or the action of the gun is basically in the stock, right? So what advantage are you gonna get with that? Well, you're gonna get a longer barrel, right? So the barrel essentially starts back here instead of, if this gun were this length in a traditional gun, the barrel would be really, really short. So you're not gonna maybe access as much, the gunpowder isn't gonna basically burn off as much, you're gonna get a lower velocity round with a shorter barrel. Also here in Canada, a bullpup has a longer barrel, so we can have a shorter overall gun, but because the regulations are based on the barrel length, you know, you could have an 18-inch barrel in a bullpup, but have an overall really short gun. Whereas if it was an AR style gun, you'd have to extend that barrel out further and have a longer overall gun for it to be a basically restricted weapon. All right, excuse me. I told you, I warned you, I have this cough. The other thing, I think a bullpup, I'm not 100% sure, but because the action is in here, closer to the shoulder, you're potentially gonna get a more stable gun. It's not gonna, because the action isn't happening up here, it's not gonna be rattling around up front. It's nice and tucked into your shoulder, right? So you're gonna have most of the action and everything going on back here, which is gonna be more controllable. Okay, potentially less barrel rise, just more control overall. Really cool gun. You know, I definitely want to get to the other guns too. Nice looking. I hope I've showed you around enough. Of course, you have your magazine release. It's, you know, at the back here. I like this style. I like it with that sort of mock suppressor, whatever you want to call it, in the front. Pretty cool. Okay, next gun. Let's get to the other Steyr, ASG Steyr here. And this is the Steyr Aug A1-A2. And it is 300 round, again, high kappa magazine, multi-angled rail system. Again, 120 meters per second, 394 FPS, quick change spring gearbox design. Did the other one have that? I'm not sure, did it? Look at the back of the box. Didn't really say, so maybe not. Again, it's a Pro line, and it's the Steyr Mannlicher. Okay, that's pretty much it on the box. I'm not gonna show you the manual because it'll be pretty much the same. There's not much to show you. Okay, we'll put this box over here. We're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff. So basically, a very similar gun. We have, again, another cleaning slash rod for removing any stuck BBs. Your mag, I'm sure the mags will probably work in each gun because they're both really, really similar. I'm sure the mags, like just the whole stock configuration is almost the same, right? Now this one, I guess we've pretty much gone over the specs, but it's just got, you know, a different front end on it essentially. The front end is different, but the stock is the same. Again, you're gonna need some sort of a sighting system for this gun, right? You have your mounting sling points on it again, right? I didn't show you before, but the battery does go in the back here. Somehow, I just haven't figured it out yet, but the battery does go in the back. Again, you've got your safety right here, right? It's just, oh, I went too far. That's your safety. You've got this little bit here that you can actually remove the, basically the forward part of the gun from the stock. Right, here's your bolt, right? Again, lots of mounting points, not as much as the other one because there are more mounting points up front, but definitely enough. Again, I don't know what this does, and it doesn't affect this at all, so I'm not sure what this little button does. Someone tell me what it does, okay? These guns are through ASG. They come directly from ASG in Europe, so we don't have the red tips because they come to Canada, and we don't need to have red tips on these guns because they shoot over 360 FPS. Using .20 gram BBs. So very similar gun, just you've got a different setup, different front end, you've got a pistol grip up front, right? Or foregrip, sorry, you've got the foregrip up front. Same basically mechanics, I'm sure, how it works. You know, and again, you've got the bullpup design. So let's put this one over here. There we go, don't fall. Excuse me. Okay, now we have, oh, this cold has been brutal. An IWI, which one, who's this distributed through? I'm not sure. Umarex. Okay, so this is an Umarex rifle. It will have the red tip because we get most of our Umarex guns through the US, and most of the airsoft guns through the US are gonna have the red tips due to the US regulations. Even though this gun is 395 FPS using .20 gram BBs, you could remove the red tip here in Canada, no problems, and you might just need to put a different you know, flash hider on the front there, essentially, and you'll be fine with that, and just switch it out possibly. Again, this is AEG like the other ones, full auto, semi-auto like the other guns, has a hop-up like the other ones. I didn't really mention it, but, and it's 6mm airsoft, of course, and it's an IWI Tavor 21. Never really heard of it personally. I'm sure lots of you have, but it's another bullpup styled rifle. Okay, and I'm not going to go over the manual. It's just, you know, show you how to load it and all those things. Okay, so let's get this out of here. It's really in there. I don't know what it weighs. Maybe if I can find out the weight, because again, these guns here, this one's between the two Steyr Augs, obviously the A3 was the heavier of the two. I'm not sure the weight of the A1, A2. It's probably going to be about more closer to 3 kilograms. It's a little bit lighter. Okay, but what is the weight? Does it say? Would be nice to know. If I could find it real quick for you, I will. Oh, here's something. 6.92 pounds or 3,139 grams, so just over 3 kilograms. Okay, and yeah. So a little faster using .12, it'll be up 151 meters per second using .12 airsoft BBs, but we usually go on the .2 gram BBs because that's kind of what I like to test with. And this looks to have more of an AR style or magazine. I don't know if this would, I don't think this would work. So this is basically an AR style magazine, which is nice because if you have AR other guns, it should work. I haven't, you know, necessarily tried it, but it looks very AR-like. And again, bullpup design. Okay, sort of getting acquainted with it. Really the first time I've checked it out. So, okay, let's take a look. So you do have this red tip, but I'm sure you could just probably get it off, maybe with a little heat or whatever, and put a standard, you know, flash hider on there, whatever you want to call it, right? So you can do that. You have your front sight flip up, rear sight flip up. Okay, you got rails all over the place, right? Well, on the right side, but not the left side, because you've got your bolts here, right? You've got, I don't know what this is. Not really sure, but got some other things, left and left. No, oh, this might be for adjusting or hop up maybe, I'm not sure, or the sights, I don't know. But we do have, on the other side here, we do have a selector switch, okay? So you can see you've got safe, regular, I think that's auto, right? Okay, and let's take a look at the other side. So here's that switch right here, right? Okay, bullpup design, so triggers well in front. Let's see if we can, so I don't know if this locks forward, but because the action is, because I haven't shot it, oh, there goes my mag. This cover is basically exposed, so that would be probably for adjusting certain things. Hop up maybe. Again, I'm pretty unfamiliar with this gun, so get it in there. You know, it helps if I have the right side. There, stay in, okay. There's that tip, right? It is a metal barrel. You know, most of this gun's gonna be plastic, right, the outside, but it is a good, you know, 6 kilos, yeah, 3-point-something kilograms, so a good 6-7 pounds. I'm sure the battery and stuff will go in the back here somewhere. Just gotta figure it out, how that works, how to get that off, but I'm sure you could get to it pretty easy. And that's it, you know. I'm liking the Steyrs a lot, but this is pretty cool too, you know. Anyways, take a look. All right, so that's it for this sort of preview unboxing video. Again, I'm kind of looking forward to getting out there and just shooting a few rounds. I haven't been outside much these days shooting any guns. I do miss it. So I'd like to do, like I said, some sort of condensed tabletop slash preview video or field test video for these guns, even though it might be pretty limited out there in that cold weather. But if I can just get a few rounds shot off, get an idea how the gun works, maybe, you know, just confirm the velocity a little bit, that would be pretty cool. All right, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Don't forget to check us out over at replicaairguns.com, where we have articles, post reviews, usually some additional pictures. I'll try to get some pictures of these guns too, and post those in with my article that I write up on here. I'll put a link in the description. Also, check out our Canada and US online stores, where we sell air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, knives, and other accessories. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.